Join Sean and Brad as they talk about sports and share a beer. From the east coast of Canada to the west coast of the United States. Over to you, boys.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Sean and Brad back again. The Guys Beer Sports, episode 12. Sean, how are you, my friend?
Catching me right in the middle of a drink. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good.
Right? That's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
I'm still down a little bit with those medical things, so no beer for me. I did bring out my fancy coffee cup, though. So.
I love that, man. I was just mentioning that before recording. Look at that thing with the wonderful brass knuckles on the side. It's like, Brad, don't hit me with that.
You got to punch somebody in the face with your coffee.
Man. All right, let me just give a shout out here. So I stopped in yesterday. I went to the market down in Halifax here, down on Marginal Road. So it was right next to Garrison Breweries. Nice. And this is a milk stout called Deja Moo.
Oh man, I love milk stouts.
Oh my God, it is proper. So basically, I love it here. So basically, they have the advertisement saying here, "Got stout." This one is brewed extra creamy with sweet espresso flavors. That's double delicious. Farm fresh Deja Moo is a stout for those who play well with little wordplay udders.
Nice.
Yes. Very good. Hey, guys at Garrison Brewing, thank you. Very good beer. I loved it. I love my time over there, and the people were like phenomenal. We got into a whole discussion about dogs. It was awesome.
About what?
Dogs. Just dogs. Just
Ducks?
talking about dogs. Dogs.
Dogs?
I'm sorry. I know. That was my Canadian accent. Talking about dogs.
Thought maybe you were talking about hot dogs for a second, given your size. I didn't know. Hey, this is early, but what's like, let's just say that you're at, because we talked about food before, right?
Yeah.
If you're someplace where they have good hot dogs, like ready to go, fired up, ballpark type, level with all the fixings.
Yeah.
What's the average hot dog number that you eat?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Are we talking about recent or are we talking about in the past?
No, just in general. What in general, would be surprised to you if,
I know
when
now.
You show up somewhere, right, and someone's got a spread of hot dogs, like how many are you putting down before you're like, man, I should probably calm myself down?
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're just talking about trying to abuse ourselves. Okay.
No, I'm just saying in general, like, where's your line? Like, where is it before you? Or
for me now, I think my line will be 2, just because I'm more healthy conscious.
You got to put those numbers up. I'm not saying.
I know. Well, when I was in my 20s, I mean, I could easily say, oh my gosh, I think I'd be eating until I'm fully stuffed. So I'd say about 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me another one of those hot dogs.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, 2. Sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
You?
4.
You're only 2 more than me. What?
That's double. 2 more shit. That's double.
We just sound like 2 old men.
4 brats, probably 4. I mean, 4 hot dogs. You start to feel dirty by yourself at the 4.
You do, and you know that things aren't coming out the right way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That you just gotta know that's the number. But for you, that number's 2 because you're older, so it's fine.
Oh my gosh,
John, a lot happened in your NFL or NHL free agency there. Anything you want to point out about the first real week of going? I see all the articles that I see are, here's the next 10 best free agents and those things. And you want to fill us in on what your thoughts are?
Well, I mean, so Taylor Hall, probably like the sexiest free agent that was out there, signs for a 1-year deal with Buffalo. Probably going to play with the most talented center he's played with yet in Jack Eichel. But there's nothing in Buffalo. It's not like the Bills. The Sabres is not like the Bills. The Battle of the 401 is supposed to be favoring us in Toronto, but it hasn't been. So I mean, I'm looking at that. That's a great signing for Buffalo. Toronto. I don't think I've seen so many people go nuts over this past little like since Friday. I just been seeing it go, oh, I can't wait for us to hit the ice. I can't wait. because we got the most geriatric team going out there on the ice. We just signed Joe Thornton at 41 years old, 32 points for the whole season there last season. He's going to come out there at 41. Listen, we did it with Patrick Marleau. What are we doing? I have no idea. Now, listen, the blue line, okay, you got a bit more. Maybe you're trying to get a little bit more tougher because Joe Thornton is a tough son of a gun. I'll never forget that fight when the Zim Kadri, where Kadri pulled on his beard, and when he pulled it out, he had a chunk of beard in his hand, right? Just a chunk of it. But did Joe, like, he didn't even wince. So maybe you're, and you know what? He doesn't have the hair product. He's a tough son of a gun. But here we are going nuts right now. We're about to start the season, and we have guys just hitting their prime and guys over their prime. I don't know. This is an analytics thing where it's like if we just take the two numbers and come with a median, that somewhere we're going to hit the prime with the two. I have no idea.
I feel like analytics is the one place that hockey should not be. Like that's the sport it shouldn't play into. But
anyways, that's my rant. I'm sorry. I had to.
You're fine. I
had to say that. It's crazy.
So I mean, listen, you must be feeling some kind of way because you're anti-sports league today. Your non-sports sweatshirt on. You did your hair, and I feel like you must have felt some kind of way. I also am noticing now that we're talking that there's a naked man in the background.
That's George St. Pierre in the background because we were talking about George last week. Yeah, so yeah, that's my shrine over there to George.
You have a shrine of George St. Pierre shirtless.
Just shirtless. That's right.
Now I understand why you think he's the greatest.
When you say things like that, it makes me sound weird, Brad.
I just say things honestly. That's all that is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm sorry about that rant, but yeah, I don't know what Leafs Nation is doing right now. I have no idea. It's
getting cold and everyone's starting to worry, and so they got to find somewhere to place energy, right? Because there's quite not a lot going on.
Yeah, very true.
And Tampa Bay's sneaking in and making the World Series, right? We saw that last night. I feel like Game 7s. I love that. I also hate the Houston Astros, and so
who doesn't right now? I think that the Astros. I think they did a great job. They did a great job wearing that whole entire we're hated. You know what I mean? Like nobody likes us. We're going to come out there and be the villains. And they did a great job doing that. I'm very surprised they didn't win that game against Tampa.
I wasn't. I feel like that's karma. You could tell. I think that the momentum started to shift, I think, in Game 6, right? When you saw the chirping going on between the batters and the pitchers and Carrera trying to calm his guy down and motivate him and go like that. I felt like it was starting to turn for Tampa. And then Tampa Bay just comes out and they just get a pitching performance out of their guys, right? Like that's what you want in Game 7 is what they brought out. Never really, they brought the tying run to the plate. I thought it was fascinating. They brought it up on the broadcast last night is that in 6 of the 7 games, the tying or go ahead run came to the plate in the 9th inning. I thought that speaks to that series. It was a fun series to watch, even, maybe that's the point about that Houston team is that they're that talented that they kind of transcend the dislike. Because, I don't like them because they're in my division, right?
Right.
Because I feel like they cheated the game and tried to just shrug it off like it wasn't a big deal.
Right. But it's no different than being a New England Patriot fan. You have the Flakegate, Bill Belichick stealing signs and everything from the TV. Yeah. So you know what? There is a saying in your country, and I think it does hold true. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So it's
yeah, I don't disagree. I think it's just the way that they handled it, right? Houston fires their general manager and their coach because of it. They give the players the immunity. The players are the ones that are moving on it. They bring in Dusty Baker, who everyone likes. Yeah. And then you got Altuve talking about this garbage ass. Oh, I didn't want to rip my jersey off because I have this tattoo. I'm embarrassed. Like, shut up. Be quiet.
Oh my gosh.
So dumb.
So anyway. Friday we were on a live there. I knew you were a little under the weather and you couldn't make it there, but Reed and I touched on this about Clayton Kershaw's pitching performance there when Atlanta ended up going 3-1, and Kershaw just looked fallible, and it's just like he's snake bitten in the postseason. It's something really bad. I was having a look. It's like 27 home runs he's allowed in all of his postseason games. I think the only one that I saw that was worse is Andy Pettit. So with 31. And so right now you're going into a game 7. So they managed to come back pretty good. That last game was like 3-1. It was a beautiful game. Well played. I really thought that they were done as soon as I saw Kershaw getting blown up, and I thought, oh, this is the end of the Dodgers. They clawed their way back. I think we see Kershaw coming out in the 4th or the 5th as a reliever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how do you perform? How do you perform?
Well, yeah, we're gonna see. You know what's interesting, and I've always had this comparison is that Matt Stafford and Clayton Kershaw were high school buddies, right? And they both have a tendency to not be big in big games, and so interesting to me. I wonder how far back that goes, but it just feels like Clayton gets the yips. Where he's got like a mysterious back issue, or something's happening to him, right? Where the pressure just mounts up, and there he goes. But I love game 7s, and so excited to get 2 game 7s coming out of the CS, right?
Yeah.
I think that either way it goes, Tampa matches up well with whoever comes out of the NL, and so I think it'll be a good World Series. It'll be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I
love this neutral field.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
And no days off. It just adds a different element to the game, and it keeps the chippiness up, right? Because they don't have a lot of time to like get over the night before.
Nope.
I think you see some of the emotion kind of still plays over, and it's just been fun to watch.
All right. So speaking about free agents and all this good stuff, Adam Gase. Man, he lost his job in Florida, right? And then he ends up going over to New York on the Jets. Let's go LeVeon Bell. LeVeon Bell now is a Kansas City Chief.
Yep.
Wow. Adam Gase, how does he have all this talent? Like, I was looking at that. Jamal Adams left. Like, there's a lot of people that left from Adam Gase.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
The Jamal Adams thing might be more Greg Williams influenced also.
Right.
Le'Veon Bell, though, I think he's a bit Antonio Brownish.
Mm-hmm.
Fair to say. Yeah. And so, you run afoul of Mike Tomlin and then handle it how you're going to handle it. I don't know. It's hard for me. I think Adam Gase is a terrible coach. I don't want to defend him, but I don't think necessarily that
this is all his fault.
No.
Yeah.
I think that there's enough locker room unity in New York still that it's not the coach.
Right.
He's still a terrible coach. He's going to get fired, right? Like, we can all agree on that.
I'm surprised that he's still there right now as the head coach.
Yeah, I don't know if they know which other way to go. I think that's what I kind of feel like maybe Greg Williams is the problem, right? Is that the leadership of the Jets doesn't want Greg Williams to be the leader or, the pseudo leader of that whole organization, because we've seen what happens before.
Yeah.
When Greg Williams is in charge. So I think they're trying to like navigate that road, but Gase's leash has to be super short.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it must be right now at this moment. Because now you just given Kansas City this extra weapon now that, you have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Allaire, and now you have
you even have Sammy Watkins, which you can't sneeze
Sammy
at, right?
Watkins,
kid. But they've got real weapons.
Think about that. Yeah. And now for short down, 20. It's like what? He's probably gonna get 29 snaps. Le'Veon Bell. He doesn't have to carry the ball the whole entire time. So all I'm thinking is like if you're getting 29 snaps, that's a good amount of time still to be explosive because you're not being battered.
What Le'Veon does well is pass protect and sneak out on screens. Which is an area the Chiefs could improve on, right? We saw that, and we'll see it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm totally not disagreeing with you on that.
Patrick Mahomes they're gonna eat some lunch, right? Like that's just how that's gonna go. And then I think you're gonna see Le'Veon in between tackles when it matters. And it may not be that he has this huge like in the vein of fantasy football, he may not be like the guy that's blowing out points for you on your bench.
Right.
But from a real football standpoint, he's going to make plays that maybe even don't show up on the stat sheet that help you win.
Yeah.
And I would say going into this week, I didn't even think Buffalo had a good shot, or I'm sorry, Kansas City had a good shot at repeating as champs because they just haven't looked as sharp. The Super Bowl hangover seems to be
it's real, isn't it?
Yeah, and it seems to be in the air a little bit. And
yeah,
you should get beat by the Raiders, right? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but the Raiders are a really good football team, and I like to think, okay, so Buffalo beat them. Maybe then, in some sort of strange way, we'll have a chance to beat Kansas City. But this signing with Le'Veon Bell definitely going to make it harder.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell's not going to play. He's not going to play Monday night.
Who's that, Le'Veon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he has to go through the whole entire.
He had a 5-day COVID sit window, and it expires Tuesday, I believe, and so he's not going to be able to play Monday. So you have that to get away from. But
hey, I have a separate question here. Right. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but it just seems strange. So like the NHL, right, who doesn't make anywhere near the money that the NFL makes. But they did their whole entire we're only play in 2 stadiums and lock everybody down, and that's how they ran the postseason.
Yeah.
And obviously, when it comes to the postseason in the NFL, they're probably going to pick just a few, maybe 2 fields to play in and lock everybody down, right? Maybe 4 to begin. I don't know. But I guess my question to you is: so from what I'm hearing, Cam Newton, they think, ended up getting the COVID by going out to dinner. And all I'm thinking is, like, you're flying out there, you're going to these places. Why is the NFL not like treating this like if you're in the hotel, you're in the hotel and that's it? You want food? We'll get you food. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it.
Right. And I think we're seeing that in Major League Baseball. You know, that got curved back down. And I think that's just part of it with the NFL is that somebody had to be in there. I would imagine we probably hear the same thing about Tennessee at the end of the day, right?
Well, Tennessee, I mean, we were hearing that they were having those crazy workouts. They weren't sanctioned, these workouts.
Yeah, well, I think the first case though happened because the coach went out to dinner. You know what I mean? Like that's just the thing. And so there'll have to be some self-policing. There'll have to be some guys realizing, you know, like we saw in baseball with Cleveland. Remember with Cleveland, they had that internal meeting, and you know we saw everyone kind of tighten up after that, right? I think we'll see something similar with the NFL. The NFL has done well to reschedule games up until now. The problem is that I see is that they're burning up their bye weeks already.
Yes,
that's the move they have to keep this thing on schedule to play all the games in 17 weeks. So they're going to have to tighten it up because they're not going to have all this flexibility, you know, to be bumping around bye weeks anymore and trying to, you know, everyone's kind of hitting in their buys now. So now.
Yeah, you want to stick to that.
Teams like Seattle that are getting their buys at their scheduled time is fine, or whatever. But like, if something happens to Seattle down the road, they're not going to have the bye week flexibility. If it's a team they're playing, if it's an internal thing, and it goes for all the teams that are that way. So,
well, look at Tennessee now. Tennessee's got to play 13 games straight because that was your bye. Good luck. You know, same thing with Pittsburgh. So, I mean, okay.
And Pittsburgh gets the short end, right? Because Pittsburgh
they didn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. There's going to have to be a moment of coming together for them, I think.
That's the only thing I just kept on thinking about is like, man, for the amount of money that the NFL makes, they should be able to at least dictate how the players. You're still getting paid, man. You're getting paid good money.
I think they're trying to. I think they're also just trying to draw that line with the labor negotiations, you know. And I think they're just having to figure it out.
Yeah.
How heavy they need to be. I don't know that they're doing that well. So
yeah. Well, let's get into week 6 here, buddy. Week 6 of the NFL.
Week 6. All of the good fun stuff, right? It feels like we really are hitting a stride for what it looks like.
So Texans, Titans. I'm just going to start there.
Yeah.
Not the same Texans team. Titans
are an interesting Titans team, though.
Yes. I mean, dude, when I saw Josh Norman flying through the air, looked like he was making a collect call. Like I just got hit by a bus.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, that thing that I texted you guys, right? I felt like he should have called Vontae Davis at halftime to see how to get out of the game.
Like, I'm just there going to myself, like, Derrick Henry is a different kind of beast.
Yep.
Texans defense, not exactly stellar, even though they have JJ Watt, but it's not the Texans defense of old.
Yep.
But under the new head coach, Romeo Crennel, they actually look pretty good, the offense, I thought. So it could be interesting. Because if you were to tell me after last week's game, and like last week's game didn't happen, it was happening then, Titans-Texans, I'd say Titans are rolling over the Texans. Now, I'm not too sure.
No, it's going to be, I think it's probably maybe one of the better matchups in the early window. Yeah, Houston's playing a little bit invigorated, right? And yeah, and it's a short week for Tennessee.
Yes.
So it'll be, hopefully they get, I don't know. For some reason, I'm rooting against Tennessee. I don't have a good reason for it, but
it's because they're the villains right now after that whole time.
You know what? I don't like Taylor Lewan. He just irritates me.
We'll be getting into that later this episode there, because this episode is about players we hate for no good reason.
Yeah. He's one of them.
Yeah. Ravens Eagles. Listen, why whatever. Eagles got to play their game. I understand.
Yeah, we're looking at Baltimore trying to get back on track. I think that's what we've seen, right? Is that Baltimore hasn't quite been who we thought they would all be. They've been winning and competitive, but they haven't been as dominant, I think, as everyone thought they would be. And
yeah, that has to do with playing KC. I mean, that's got to get into Lamar Jackson's
but they've
head.
still not been putting up points like they would, depending on, even regardless of who the team was, right?
Yeah.
Like, I expect more dominant. The defense has been playing well, right? I think the offense has gotten on track. I wonder if some of that's not the running back by committee they have. They just can't get into rhythm, because you're looking at, but you've got Mark Ingram, you've got J.K. Dobbins, and you've got Gus Williams, right? What is that? Gus Edwards,
yeah.
All splitting the snaps. And I just know tempo matters, right? And so it's interesting to me.
But that seems to be the new flavor now of the NFL, that there's no more dominant running back anymore. It's kind of split.
And I think split's okay. I think it's the third that's getting everybody in Baltimore in trouble. Plus you have Lamar Jackson, right? So really you're like in fourth.
He's fourth. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Falcons and the Vikings. So new head coach there.
Yeah.
That was a long time coming, I thought, man.
Dan Quinn was a year longer than he probably should have been.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn's a great guy. I think you just tell you lost the locker room. So
yeah. And it's so hard to believe that just a few years ago they were in the Super Bowl. And I think that ever since that Super Bowl, that's when you just seen the Falcons just decline. Decline. So
full hangover, buddy. Real deal.
So Falcons and Vikings won their first game not that long ago. So wasn't it last week there that they actually beat somebody?
The
Vikings?
No, they lost last week.
They lost to Seattle. It was 2 weeks ago. That's right. 2 weeks ago.
That was the first win. Last week they did not.
Yeah. I forgot about that Seattle game, which we'll get into Seattle there in a second, though. That was insane. Yeah. Hey, listen, I did want to say that Sam was actually really close to his prediction on that Minnesota-Seattle game. Way to go, Sam. You stuck to your guns, and you were really close to that there.
Yeah, good job, Sammy.
Oh, yeah. If that was money on the line, I think he would have won, because he was calling like a field goal. So
Sam definitely had it.
Yeah. So Falcons, Vikings. Listen, the Vikings look good against Seattle, I thought.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how they managed without Dalvin Cook. When Dalvin Cook's healthy, they're a different team.
Mm-hmm.
They're a much better team. They cleaned up Kirk Cousins quite a bit, let him get to his receivers. That real rookie receiver, that Justin Jefferson kid, is that what his name is? Yeah. He's a talent. Adam Thielen, of course, is a talent. Kyle Rudolph doesn't really get on track unless Dalvin Cook's eating, and so interesting to see. It sounds like Cook maybe doesn't go today.
That's for the understanding I got too, because it looked kind of significant, that groin injury there when he's playing against Seattle. So.
You just don't see guys take a knee like that and rub their groin out.
No, he
usually
was
the
running
top,
and he ran out of bounds. He was holding himself. I'm
Yep.
like, okay, this
Yep.
looks painful.
That's usually an indicator of a good one,
Yeah.
so to speak.
All right. So Browns Steelers. Oh,
Now, what's your thought?
man.
Like, it's interesting to me not having any skin in the game. Is you know, and it would probably be more interesting if Miles Rudolph was playing or Mason Rudolph was playing with Myles Garrett.
Oh, because of the history there.
Because of what happened last year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how it goes out, because what we can't forget is I'm trying to remember who it was. Who was the guard for the Steelers that saved Myles Garrett's life from Pouncey killing him? Because Pouncey was going to kill him.
Man, I can't think. I have to look at that. Of course, you put me on the spot in that.
I feel like it was number.
I was in. Yeah, I was in.
Laid on him and like covered him up, and Pouncey was trying to kick him straight. Like Pouncey was going for gold.
So listen, I gotta tell you right now, I was in South Carolina there when this game was actually happening. And I remember watching it, but I don't remember that portion. All I remember is that the quarterback there for Pittsburgh was Rudolph there, was trying to kick Myles Garrett in the junk. But then all I kept thinking is like 328-pound Myles Garrett rips off his helmet like it was nothing. It was going to kill him with his own helmet. And I'm thinking, it's like, dude.
He did a pretty good job of smacking him with it.
That's exactly it. It's like, dude, you are a behemoth of a man. That's a weapon in your hand. You know what I mean? Like, calm. I don't care if he kicked you in the junk. You need to calm down. There's a lot in this game. This game is going to be, listen, either it's going to be decided on the field where it's going to be some vicious play, or it's going to be a lot of fighting and stuff like that. I don't know. I see this as an explosive game.
Everyone's come out and said that they expect it all to be a clean game and just hard fought. You know, Mike Tomlin said he's got his guys tuned up. Myles Garrett came out and talked about his feelings on the whole thing.
I think it's going to be a hard fought game though. I really do. And the thing is that the Browns and Steelers both have tremendous momentum going into this. So this could be a momentum stealer.
Yep.
Whoever comes out on top.
A little wordplay there.
Yes. Yes. So I don't know. I mean, I'm nervous for the Browns, but at the same hand, they're both fantastic football teams, I think. So
you should be interested to see how the offense responds.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For both sides, really.
Mm-hmm. Bengals, Colts.
Yeah.
Bengals, Colts, to me, both teams need a win.
Yeah, which is odd to say with what the record is for the Colts, but it just feels like Phillip Rivers is rapidly losing his grip on reality.
Oh, yeah. He's so inaccurate. The last couple of games has been really inaccurate.
He was already immobile, right? Now he's inaccurate, and
it's deadly.
Yeah,
it's deadly.
It's rough. Maybe we see Jacoby Brissett before it's too late.
I don't know. I mean, and the thing is that Joe Burrows needs to bounce back after that performance last week.
Yeah, I think he will. They're in a dome. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, his defense is good, but not that good.
Yeah. I can't believe we're about to talk about. So there's a few games coming up now that I'm looking at. I'm like, oh gosh, we got to talk about it though. Lions, Jaguars.
Yeah.
I have no real saying on it. Brad, you could take this one away.
Probably a high scoring game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, neither defense is vaunted. I think both quarterbacks like to throw it. Plenty of receiver options and weapons. You know, looking for a big day for a Matt Stafford for my fantasy football because I went the wrong way on drafting. I went heavy on receiver and running back, and then I thought I could get a run on the quarterbacks, and I missed it. And so I ended up with good old Matt
Stafford.
But he's been doing well for me so far. I mean, so hopefully today you can get that same moving and keep moving. But that's how I feel about that game. The only reason I'm paying attention to that game is because of that.
That's it, eh? Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad right now because both those organizations have just been moving in the wrong direction. So
I mean, speaking of that, there's the Jets and the Dolphins too, right? And the same kind of thing. Miami looks like they've got a little bit of traction and they're back a step. And
at least Miami's got 2 wins.
Yeah. A third one after a day, right?
Yeah. I mean, like that's crazy. It's like, to me, the game that I'm really least interested in is Washington and the New York Giants. I'm like,
yeah. I don't even know if that registers for me. I doubt I even see the score.
We'll see the score. It's
well, I don't know. I don't mean to even register. If I see the score, I'll be like,
yeah,
okay.
somebody's gonna win.
Maybe.
Yeah, Bears Panthers. That's good.
There's the East, man. There might be a tie involved there. Who knows?
Oh, I know, it's crazy.
Terrible.
Bears Panthers. That looks good. That looks like a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Foles looked good in that game against Tampa. Now you have to go up against Teddy Bridgewater, that Panthers defense. It looks good.
Yep.
That's a good game.
It's a real good game.
It is. Like, I'm actually interested in this game, and I really don't care about either team. But
yeah, good. It's a good game. Yeah, it's interesting to me that there's so many games in the 10 o'clock window or the early window, I guess.
Yeah.
And 2 in the mid window, which is one being New York, Miami. So we'll all be tuned into Green Bay, Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah,
feels like a move.
That's a big game.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was great this week when he was saying, "I'm not playing Tom Brady. I'm playing the Tampa Bay defense." So
smart.
Yeah,
smart in his part. Yeah.
Go Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe he just kicked a hornet's nest there, and Tom Brady's all pissed.
Maybe.
Who knows? I don't know. The thing is that Aaron Rodgers is pissed all the time, it seems, this season. So whatever. Broncos Patriots.
A good pissed off Aaron Rodgers is a good guy.
It is. I forgot to mention about Broncos Patriots. I guess we both did, but
yeah. It's I don't see that on my list here, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like I think the Patriots got that there. Whatever.
Oh, there it is right there. Yeah. In New England, Drew Lock may be coming back for the Broncos. Looks like Noah Fant's not going to play his tight end, right?
Well, they got rid of Bortles.
Melvin Gordon's out with an illness after he got arrested for DUI on Thursday. Philip Lindsay as a running back. I think New England's is who they are, especially at home. So,
and Cam Newton's out there playing, right? So I mean, I don't see.
They have all the Stephon Gilmore's out or back, right? Covering up.
I don't see the Broncos. Like, the funny thing is they signed Blake Bortles, and then 2 weeks later they get rid of him. It's like,
well, they just need him while Drew Luck got healthy, right? And so it's good to hear that Drew Luck's going to play today. Is that
there you go?
Bortles is no longer there. So
Rams 49ers, the evening game.
Yeah, super fascinating game to me, being a fan of the NFC West.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you're interested.
See which team shows up. I think that we've seen Jekyll and Hydes from both teams this year, so hopefully both teams show up well. Jimmy Garoppolo did not play well last week. Looked really rusty. He really didn't trust his ankle. He really is a guy that's got to be healthy to play well. I think we've seen that over and over with him, right? And so,
listen, I mean, people keep slamming on Jared Goff. He looks pretty good. He's not a terrible quarterback.
He gets it done.
That's it. Man, I mean, that's actually really good. I'm interested in that game.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, that'll be a good game.
I know for you, that's a game you're definitely gonna be watching because your team is sitting and enjoying some Mai Tais this week, right? So
yeah,
or maybe some lattes. I don't know.
PSL season.
Yeah, PSL. Okay,
that's what they call
it. Okay. So Monday night, I don't even know.
I mean, let's talk Cardinals Cowboys first. I think interesting matchup there. See what Andy Dalton does. Arizona's defense, has some holes, as does the Cowboys. So let's see what Kyler Murray can do.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying Andy Dalton is going to come out there and he's going to look fantastic. He's going to get some snaps.
He's like Trevor Lawrence to go 5 touchdowns, 400 yards in the first half. I think that's the.
I don't know. I think to myself that, I mean, the way that O-line is and everything, and the way that he has the capability of playing during the regular season. I'm not talking about the postseason, but during the regular season, he can make some moves. He can make some passes. He's
those weapons, right? I mean, he did so much with so much less before.
Absolutely. So I think to myself, this is actually a good matchup for Andy Dalton. Yeah. It's a good matchup for him, and I'm sure he's going to show up. I think right now there's a lot of emotion, too, after seeing Dak Prescott getting injured like that. So I don't know. If I was the Cardinals, I'd be a little bit nervous going into that game.
Yeah, it's typically a turning point when you have an injury like that, right? Your team either folds or they rally. So we'll see how it shakes out for them.
All right, so Chiefs Bills, you can't even call this a Monday night game really because it's like 5 o'clock 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Well, Eastern,
Yeah.
so 6 p.m. my time. I can actually watch the whole game.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Super excited. I can be able to go to bed afterwards too. It's awesome. So,
Hilarious.
you know, but to me, the Bills lose this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the Bills. I want them to
home,
win. They're losing this one.
At home, huh?
They're losing this one. This is a tough KC team. This is a team that just picked up LeVeon Bell. The Bills just got absolutely spanked by Tennessee.
Yeah.
So either Josh Allen comes back and he is like the Albert Einstein of football IQ out there and manages to
one bad game and you're off the Josh Allen train already.
No, I'm not. Stop that.
I didn't say it. I'm asking a question.
You're just saying. You're just stating what your fact is. That it? I'm just saying.
I'm stating your fact. That's
my. Listen. This is a team that can get under your skin, KC. Okay. I mean, the worst part is that you can go up 16-21. It doesn't matter. These guys are coming back.
Yeah.
Even the game that they lost against the Raiders, they were down and they only lost by 8 points.
Yeah.
They just don't stop. It's like the Terminator. They don't stop.
Yeah. It brings us to where I think we want to go from here, which is talking about athletes that we dislike for no good reason.
I had to narrow this down, Brad.
Yeah. And there's two that are in Kansas City. One is I like him, but I know that I would not like him had he not played in Seattle, and that's Frank Clark. Frank Clark drives me crazy. But he was crazy for a while, so I like Frank Clark. But Tyrann Mathieu, man, the Honey Badger, I haven't since LSU, right? There's just something. I love his story, and I guess not anything. I don't know what it is about him, but there's just something about him that I just cannot like. I find myself cheering when I see him fail. Like I don't have any good reason for it. It's the same way that what sparked the conversation was I feel that way about Josh Norman. I hate Josh Norman. I have no good reason to hate Josh Norman. I got more joy out of watching Derrick Henry throwing. I mean, I already got joy out of that anyway, right? Like that was just amazing. But the fact that it was Josh Norman, oh my God.
Dude,
I play over and over and over again because I just cannot stand Josh Norman.
So what Reed said on that live on Friday was just hilarious, man. It's like, can you imagine Josh Norman being your dad? He's coming in, after you just seen this happen to him. You just seen him doing it. You know what? He's going home. He's going, hey, kid, pick up your mess. Pick it up. And it's like, no, Dad, no. Yeah. I just saw what happened to you.
Yeah. Like, don't. That's funny.
Dude, he's a 200+ pound man. And he went flying through the air like he was like 150 pounds.
Yeah. It reminds me of an old Kevin Hart joke where he said that you can't get beat up in front of your kids because if they ask you for protection, then you'd be like, you better clean your room. And be like, it's like Josh Norman's house. That's how it's going to go, right?
Like, for the next little
don't make me call Mr. Derrick. I'll call Mr. Derrick. Oh, you're going to call Mr. Derrick?
Straight up, man.
Derrick Henry. And for the record, I don't want any part of Derrick Henry either, but I'm also not getting paid for that one. So.
That's it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right. So you have a list of like players you hate for no good reason?
Well, I don't have a list. I have a list on top of my head. I can tell you as we go. Josh Norman's up there at the top of the list for me.
Yeah.
At least in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know who else is up there too? I have no rhyme or reason. This is the dumbest one maybe. Is Brady Quinn. I hate Brady Quinn. I can't stand him. I think he's a terrible announcer now. I hated him in Notre Dame. I rooted for him to fail.
Wasn't he the Bachelor at one point there?
I don't know. Probably.
Wasn't he the Bachelor?
He got me so fired up.
He went to Cleveland, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a Cleveland. He was in Seattle for a year, and the only player I've ever rooted against in Seattle was Brady Quinn. I remember, I don't know, just something about him just rubs me the wrong way. I remember watching the Combine the year he came out, and he did I don't remember what it was. Some dumb, 26 reps at 225 for the bench press.
Right.
I was so pissed. And we're like the same size, you know,
Right.
and all that. And I was like, fuck that guy. So I went for 30.
Ah.
Like, but that was like that's how much I don't like him. Like he was my motivation. Like that was like my focal point of that lift was like,
yeah.
And Brady Quinn can do 26. I can do 30. Like,
oh man. Okay. So for me, here's the thing though. I hate him. But if he was on my team, I think I wouldn't hate him so much.
well, that doesn't count.
No, I hate him. He'll never come to Toronto. Brad Marchand. What a weaselly little. Here's why I hate him.
First of all, terrible name.
Brad Marchand. Yeah. He's one of those players that'll get under your skin, come up and lick you on your face to get you all riled up. Okay.
Yeah.
And he had Zdeno Chara for all of his career to hide behind. 7 foot tall Zdeno Chara. He'll go out there. He's like 5'9" or something like that. Come lick you in your face. Come do some really weirdo stuff on you. Just try to get under your skin. And you want to go fight him? Forget it. Now he's going behind Big Daddy there. Yeah. So he does all that, but he gets 100 points a season. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's not just, you know what I mean?
Julian Edelman. It's Julian Edelman. They have no business being there.
I hate that guy too. I hate that guy. I hate Julian Edelman. I don't know why I hate him. He seems like a good guy. He seems like a nice enough guy.
He seems like a prick.
It's the same thing with Tom Brady. I hate Tom Brady. There is not a thing, and there's no good reason why. And if he was to come as a quarterback still, I still think I hate him. I would hate him.
I wouldn't want him. I thought about this last night watching the Tampa Bay Rays. I saw this for whatever reason it popped into my head when I saw their hat and it said TB, and I thought, I bet Tom Brady has one of those hats. And then I thought, man, I bet Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay just because that's his initials. Like that's how conceited I think Tom Brady is.
You know what? That's not even that far fetched to think that. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was the move.
You gross bastard. Can you hate a whole team? Can you hate a whole team?
No, I've tried.
Yeah, I can hate a whole team.
Yeah,
I do hate a whole team.
You hate a whole franchise?
A whole franchise.
Who is it?
Kansas City Royals.
Huh.
I hate them.
Yeah, I can see.
I loathe them.
Yeah.
I utterly despise them. As much as I hate
You're never
Boston,
a Bo Jackson fan?
No, I like Bo Jackson, but when he played in KC, anybody that played in KC,
yeah,
I hated them for that moment.
Yeah, interesting.
Because 85, they knocked us out in the ALCS
in the prime of your childhood,
and then in 2015, the second time we played them in the ALCS, they knocked us out.
I also hate George Brett, and I don't have a good reason why either.
Yeah, I do too. I hate George Brett. And he's a great baseball player. That's the thing. It's like I hate him.
He sucks. None of these guys. This conversation has zero to do with how I feel about anybody and their playing ability. Right?
No.
George Brett is a Hall of Famer. I want to punch him in his face, man.
Yeah. Colby Covington. I hate him.
Yeah. Same reason.
Yeah.
All right, fighter.
Yeah. Great fighter. Yeah. Hate him. I think he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Right now, Ortega, you're starting to become a little jerk too. What is that with that cup? What is that with that cup?
Ortega's got some issues. Either he is he's trying to be distracting. One.
Distracting? Dude, that was my wife is there going, look at his cup. All right, stop looking at his cup.
I don't know. I feel
think he's stuffing stuff in his cup? Like these are the questions that are being asked here during the fight. Is he stuffing stuff during his cup? Yeah, he probably is stuffing stuff in his cup.
Yeah. It looks like he signed up late for football and went down to the Big Five to get a cup because he had to play, and they only had like the triple extra large one left. So, like that's just the one that he's wearing just so he could play.
I need something.
Yep. I can't play without it. I guess this is the only size. You know what I mean? Like,
so there was him. And then the only other one I remember was Benson Smooth Henderson. Smooth Henderson had another ridiculous cup.
Yeah. Not for nothing. Both those guys are what, 5'7", 140 pounds? I don't know.
Man, those fights were ridiculous last night.
Yeah, some really good fights.
Really good fights. Who was that one guy there? Oh my gosh, just give me a second here. I got it here. Oh my goodness. Australian, that's right. That's right.
Jimmy Chute. Is that what his name is?
Oh my goodness. This is the worst.
I'm gonna pull up the thing from last night and you're gonna hear the automatic ads start running because that's what happens with
here, just give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah.
The automatic ads.
Well, for some reason, the one on the MMA page automatically plays with sound. None of the rest of them do that.
Jimmy Crute. Crute.
That's what his name is. Crute.
Jimmy
I thought
Crute.
He was super impressive. I just love the 205 division, right? I don't know.
It's a great division. It's a great division. You're fast and you're strong.
Yeah, it's like the best bang for the buck, man. Like it's 205, 185, and then heavyweight. Those are probably the three divisions I enjoy the most. But man, those boys were getting after it. I thought that was a great fight. I thought
fight.
This is the thing too. I think we should talk about this on Halloween. Anderson Silva fighting on Halloween on a free fight night just feels dirty to me.
But he's fighting. Let me just pull this up here.
Uriah Hall.
Yes. Well, both of them they need something going on there.
I know, but it just feels like Anderson Silva was he was the guy.
He was, and then he wasn't.
But he was like the guy for a long. That's like the sad
yes.
part, but
well, to me, see, he was another guy I hated as well because of the way he fought. Because he was always just cocky, man. He was just so cocky.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what. I started feeling for him after I saw his leg wrap around Weidman's freaking leg. I felt for him.
In my house when that happened.
Yeah,
I know Tony was. Were you in my house when it happened? I think you were, right?
I believe so. And I remember feeling for him. I was just feeling for him because I'm like, that's disgusting.
Grow up. That was gross.
Yeah, that was very disgusting. But Jimmy
Crute looked great. Man, the girl fight, Andrea and
oh my gosh,
an interesting fight.
You're talking about Jessica Andrade and Caitlin Chukagian.
Yeah,
Andrade.
That gut punch you could tell was real shit.
Oh yeah, she turned around. I mean, she couldn't even mask that.
At first reaction, like watching it live, I thought maybe she had done something to her hand or her elbow. Mm-hmm. The way that she pulled it in like that.
Yeah.
And then clearly we saw a replay, not the case. Like that was just a straight liver shot, and then devastated her. She tried to get back into it, got her again in the same spot, and just that was the end of it. And it's been a long time since we've seen body shots in somebody like that.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've ever seen it in that weight class, let alone male or female weight class, right?
No.
That doesn't matter. At that weight class, I don't know we've ever seen body shots put somebody down. Like that. Dude,
I was looking at her and all I kept thinking is like this woman's like Mighty Mouse. She was lifting up that Chukagian like she was nothing, slamming her. She's the only woman to have a KO from slamming.
Yep.
Like she's a scary lady, and she deserves a title shot right away.
Wasn't it she's the only person to have knockouts in 3 different weight classes?
That's right. Yes. Well, victories in 3 different weight classes.
Victories.
Yeah. So, and Ortega looked great. I mean, really, he completely dissected the Korean zombie.
I always have liked Ortega, minus the Corvette in his pants. But you really can tell, like, at the time that he had off, I didn't realize what his layoffs are from. I kind of just thought he was out. You know what I mean? Like, performed well. But you could tell that at the time he did spend away, he spent on some gaps. I love the elbow work, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude, that elbow
from defensive to offensive, man, it's brutal.
Korean Zombie's a tough son of a gun. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, man, just the fact that, and what was interesting to me, they touched on it last night, and I 100% agree with it, is I think that the Zombie needs the crowd. And he's the first athlete that I've seen that I felt like was done a disservice by not having a live audience. Because he just felt like he just couldn't get going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because normally you see him, he starts getting battered in the face, and you just watch that that switch clicks off, and he just doesn't care anymore. And you could kind of see it a little bit in his face in round 5, but it was too late.
It's too bad.
Yeah,
it's too bad, because
I'd love to see it again.
Yeah, I mean, one of these
I thought it
guys,
was a
and now
fantastic fight.
it was a great fight. It was a great fight. As a matter of fact, I think from top to bottom, this is one of the best cards I've seen.
Yeah,
and I can't say in a very long time because there's been actually quite a lot of good cards that's been.
Fight Island has really been a gift in this state of the world, right?
And I'm so looking forward to 254.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be great. When I had a look at the card there, like the co-main event is ridiculous as well. And so
the whole thing is crazy, right? Like it's top to bottom. We just know that those guys being over there in Abu Dhabi, like, man, they're bringing that noise. Like it's not even.
That's why I'm so looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the Whitaker Canover fight is great. Volkov and Walt Harris is the one I really want to see.
Volkov. How is he going to come back after that loss that they had there? Because he fought the Black Beast, if I'm not mistaken. There got knocked out in the 5th round. Yeah. And I don't know if he won his last fight. I think
is fighting on this card. There's a lot.
Well, Stefan Struve is the main event in the prelims. Yep. I haven't seen Stefan Struve in forever.
Yep, I'm excited to watch him. Exciting card.
But the thing is, I think it's happening at 2 in the afternoon, so 3 my time. So it's an early event.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah.
The prelims start at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's early.
Uncle Dana's going after that college football money.
Why not?
Put him up.
Smart man.
Yeah. See what's happening.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, look what I got here. It's a wife question of the week.
Hey, you know what? I got one too.
Oh, good. You want to go first? Because
I'll let you go first. Huh? I'm so nervous to go first.
All right, let me do this one because I'm nervous about mine as well.
Yeah,
like I'm sitting there, go, honey, hey, you got a wife question of the week? Yeah, she leaves it.
She's like, well, what is it? And I go, she's like, what sports were on yesterday?
I love her she's so wide. Like my wife is ride or die. Like your wife.
She also likes to put on, right? So like she's got it might be outlandish. I don't know.
Dude, okay. All right. So before I even get to this, do you remember this past week you unfortunately couldn't come onto that live. We were talking about Dave Sadler. And man, Dave is like an alpha male, okay? So he has 2 70-inch TVs in his living room there watching 2 separate sports, right? So he was in this hotel. He brought a projector so he could have a TV there and a projector showing sports as well, right? So what we were like amazed at is that his wife is in there doing some stuff. He's cooking tomahawk steaks, drinking beer, talking to us, watching 2 separate sports. So I'm there going like, how the heck did this happen? He goes, well, what you have to do is sell it. So I said, you can have that TV for a lifetime. I'll turn my TV right down so I can watch all my sports, but then we can watch your lifetime together. So I'm like, this guy.
Yeah, you do got to sell it. That's for sure.
And then he just baited her because after a while it became 2 sports. I had to say it.
You got to make it up some way, Dave. Good for you. It seems to be working out for you, buddy. So way to handle your business.
All right. I'm going to go first then, and this is going to be terrible. Oh, all right. Why does baseball on television even still exist? Does anyone watch it?
Yeah. I mean,
I was watching Mookie Betts making some plays out there. It's like, that's why you watch it right there.
Yeah. I'm with Joe regular season. Yeah, I'm with her. I'll go to watch any live baseball game regular season. That's right. Watching is rough.
Postseason though?
I'm watching it all.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, the regular season, to watch a full game in the regular season, I really have to be into both teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, man. I usually watch a lot of baseball.
162 games.
It's a lot, yeah. Yeah, I've got a good buddy who is an umpire, and so if I can catch him on a national game or on a Mariners game like local, I'll watch that whole series. If he's working the Mariners series, I'll watch the whole series. But I also have a personal connection, right? So that's a little bit easier. But baseball is, man, like everyone's saying that 60 games was a disservice to the league. I felt like it was like the best thing that's ever happened to us because I could pay attention for 60 games.
Yeah.
162 is a lot.
It is. It's a lot to dedicate your life to.
Yeah.
I know if it was you and I hanging out somewhere, we could watch a game. I know.
Yeah,
that.
we wouldn't be like watching it like we watch a football game, though, right? We watch a football game and we're like locked into play by play and like reacting to the plays.
Listen, it was one of the best events.
We're eating, we're talking about other shit while the game's on in the background. Like baseball's a background sport most of the time.
I mean, the baseball, you can get yourself a little trashed in the first and the second inning, have a little nap, come back in the fifth. It's like,
yeah. Like you don't worry about like timing your breaks. You know what I mean? Like in football. I'm waiting for the commercial before I go run and refill my plate. The fight's the same way. Like you're not going in the middle of the action.
No,
you're not, right? You're just not going to do it. Baseball.
I could go take a number 2 during baseball.
Yeah.
And not even feel guilty about it.
No, not even wonder what's going on. Like there's no anxiousness. It's nice and relaxed. You know, you might pull the old Reader's Digest out and scroll your phone, do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a proper sit. But like if it's a football game, that moment strikes, you're like waiting.
Yeah. That's the worst though, is that you're sitting in the crapper and you hear like, oh my goodness, what's happening? And you're trying to wipe. It's like
technology has helped because now you can normally you can at least get some of it streamed to your phone.
I can't do that, man, because it's so dirty. I mean, to me, I'm just thinking about like this now will be having all that sharticles on there.
Well, we have different bathroom habits apparently because
what do you think I'm doing with my phone?
I don't know. Someone who doesn't mind busting ass at a dinner table, you have a weird thing about your phone in the bathroom.
Listen, I'm not farting in front of my wife at the dinner table. Dudes, I don't give a crap. Whatever. You're going to get it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Whatever. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy because I'm farting with dudes.
You're not the bad guy. It's just gross. It's fine.
All right. Let me hear.
I don't think I'm not the one, right? That's your friends.
I think that you be one of the guys sniffing it. I'm one of those people that I'll sniff it to compare it. I like to put it in the vault.
I'm not going to sniff your farts. If it comes in my area, then it is what it is, and you can appreciate it.
Man. It's the same thing as like, marking your territory. That's what the fart is, man. It's like
I don't disagree. I'm not going to be like I'm not going to be sniffing your farts. If I smell it, I smell it. That's what it is. But I'm not going to be like I'm not going to get out of my chair to walk over.
Man. Are you telling me there's not a ranking system because you got to have good hang time?
Yes, there's 100% ranking system. What I'm saying is, and maybe I'm just being defensive, is that I'm not going to get out of my chair and walk closer to you.
Yeah. No, you don't have to do that. That's ridiculous. Of course not.
It's like sniffing means that you're like involved.
No, you're sniffing from no. I got to sniff from where I'm sitting. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If where I'm sitting and I got hang time and I got some like foul whatever smacking me in the face, it's like that's a good one.
Yeah.
And that goes in the bank.
Yeah.
That goes in the bank. You remember that time?
Yeah. You probably need to clean your diet up a little bit. Moving on.
This one is right in the crapper, this conversation.
Your wordplay is exquisite today. This says, what is your favorite sports moment of all time?
Oh, that's such a nice one. That's a good one.
P.S. I love you. See? Suck it, Dave. See, you're paying attention, Dave. That's all I'm doing. Of all time, huh? God damn.
I could tell you mine.
Hard question. Yeah, go. Let's hear yours.
I could tell you mine. It has to be the 92 Blue Jays World Series. Because
the Strip Club World Series?
No, that's 93.
Okay.
92 was the first one. That one only because nobody expected a Canadian team to win it. And then we won it.
There was 2 Canadian teams at that point.
There was. And Montreal already was about to go into the playoffs like beforehand, and Montreal had such a good team. So for us to win it and to be the first Canadian team to win it, first international team to win it, was unbelievable. And I will always remember that. The second time was great as well. Don't get me wrong, because you go back to back. But the first time, yeah, that one always, that's my favorite, my absolute favorite. I was also 20, so.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard. It's difficult. I think.
Come on, how much have you had in Seattle? How could it be this difficult?
Well, I have 2. I have a live one and I have a non-live one. I think.
Okay.
I think it's what comes together for me. The live one, it was the last season for the Sonics, and they're playing the Spurs. And me and my buddy Daniel went to every home game of that series. And game 6, we were on the Rocks, and we were there to watch Ray Allen drain a corner 3 at the buzzer to send to a game 7. That's probably the livest event. Like that's the memory that I hold on to, right? I mean, I've been fortunate to be at a lot of places that, I was in the stadium to watch Beastquake, which is another one for me.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of it circles, like for me, it seems that most of my most beloved memories involve who I was with when it happened. I think that's a real.
That's touching, man.
Yeah. Especially live, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was with my brother. I remember just, jumping up and down next to him. Like it was like we were in the sandbox being little again. That was really cool. The same thing with my buddy Daniel, just lifelong friends and watching our team win in the last second of a playoff game was a big deal.
I got a big question there. Like, finish your thought. I do have a question.
And watching the Super Bowl win was big too, because I think,
of course, yeah,
being so paranoid about being, habitual losers that like I didn't even have a Super Bowl party, which is me and my brother and my nephew at my house. You know what I mean? And like it was just like we just weren't really buying into the fact that it was going to be a win until Percy Harvin's kickoff, and then it was like, you know what I mean? Like that was just a fun thing.
Dude, that first play, man, I knew it was Seattle's when that ball was spiked and went
right over his head and
Manning.
All that whole game, just the way the whole thing went. I think that's probably the top experience, is just like riding that euphoric. You have you don't have the confidence you're going to win, so the whole thing's exciting. I think we even talked about this before. I got this video on my phone of me and my brother shaking hands afterwards. Like as soon as the thing went off, we just, locked up. And that'll always be up there for me.
Listen, so here's my question. Yeah. When's Mark coming on?
I don't know. Call him. I'll get him set up.
He's your brother. What are you talking about? I call him.
I'll check his temperature to get on. I'm sure he's happy to come on and talk.
I know, because Mark is as crazy as a sports fan as the both of us. So
yeah, almost more. He's got some really good insights on stuff. He'll be a better hockey match for you too. He loves that game, so he'll be able to put it on. Yeah, let me talk. Let me see if I can get him to narrow down. We'll get him on the next couple weeks and talk some sports.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Make it a family affair.
Yeah, why wouldn't we? We should. It'd be good.
Oh man. Hey, great question, Nikki. That was a great question.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
She was like, should it be something like, how come you know everyone's birthday that plays sports and how tall they are? And I was like, no, it's dumb. Who wants to know that?
Actually, that is a good question, though. Yeah.
Well,
that is a good question, because it does enter into our mind a little bit.
What she actually said was, why do you know everyone's height and weight, but you can't remember my birthday? And I said, hey, you have to be honest. I've never
That's
missed,
a good one too.
I don't miss days though, right? Like that's what, like, it was a good question until she tried to get the dig in.
But that's the whole thing about these wife questions. It's like,
But I don't.
sometimes there's a little knife in there.
I've never missed a birthday and anniversary, so that's just the thing.
There
like
you go, brother.
I don't miss dates, so I feel like it was disingenuous on my character.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise,
You know, I'm just, you know, we're both blessed to have ride or die women, and I'm so, you know what? You know how many times I mess up in a day, and it's like, and yet she's got so much patience for me.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Now, I'm not saying that I'm this complete idiot, but at the same hand,
yeah, you're a Luddite though.
there we go. You know,
big lovable teddy bear Luddite.
yeah.
You like a big teddy bear and just name him Luddite. You should just put him on your couch. That would be
It's got to happen. So this sounds like it's the end of episode 12. It's been fun, man. This one was a fun one.
It's been fun. Yeah. It's always fun, right? That's just the thing. That's the beauty of what we get to do. We can't do this in person anymore, right? Like that's the thing.
I know.
I have a question. Like the final way out.
All right.
And this is a lot of personal information for you. So no apologies on the way in. Have you ever reconsidered having your ears waxed again? So just to catch everybody up, my wife does a little bit on the side maintenance for folks. And she used to take care of Joe. And one time Joe wanted Sean's ear hair to be gone, so Nikki waxed his ears. Did not go as well as I think Sean wanted it to go.
It was pretty painful, man. I would do it again. I would do it again because it was the longest I've never had ear hairs up there. But only Nikki.
Yeah.
That's it. It can't be anybody else. I think my wife would be too evil.
Yeah.
There'd be some
flow, like hair by hair by hair.
Yeah. Like that's what you try to do with the tweezers with me. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Just do it one time. Just rip it right out, you know, like.
Nope. Can't go tweezers.
No. Yeah, I would do it, but I have to get a little buzz on though. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
I gotta see if I can
that's
find
the
that
answer.
Video. I got that video somewhere. I think I have to see if I can find it.
Dude, you have to put that up then, because if you do have it, you have to put that up. Hey, everybody, check us out. Guys Beer Sports on Facebook. We are on Instagram, Guys Beer Sports. YouTube this Monday. We're doing a live. I'm going to put out. We're going to
19th.
That's right. We're going to be putting out the meeting on Zoom, the passcode. People don't want to come on. Come on. We'll be able to talk some sports.
Take some calls.
That's going to be awesome.
Come join us in our little virtual sports bar. Hang out. Shoot us your questions. Let's have a conversation. It's going to be a good fun time. We'll probably be right in the middle of.
You've listened to the podcast, but now it's time to visit us in our virtual sports bar. Get all of our info at guysbeersports.com, where you can find all the ways to connect with us. Watch for live conversations with Brad and Sean that happen throughout the week, and join in with your favorite local beer. You can share your thoughts in the conversation comments with your own uploaded videos, or even join us as a guest live commentator. The GBS Virtual Sports Bar is open for business. Come on in, boys and girls.
Of the Bills game, so Sean might be distracted, but
that's all right.
Figure it all out.
That's it.
So
all right.
Appreciate your support. Find us all places to get your podcast. Until next time, everybody. Peace.